Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Napoleonic Wars Part 2. Remember to watch Part 1 first if you haven't yet. Before we start the video, thank you for 350 subscribers. Back into the story. Britain and France had massive tensions, and so with a lot of money, Britain convinced Russia, Austria, and later Sweden to join a third anti-France coalition. First, Austria sent two armies, one to northern Italy and another to Bavaria, where they planned to meet up with Russia to overpower Napoleon. In retaliation, Napoleon marched fast to the Austrians and sent a distraction in front of them. However, his actual army was already behind the Austrians. Once the Austrians realized what had happened, they were already encircled and almost 30,000 Austrians were captured. Near Cadiz, French-Spanish ships battled against British Vice Admiral Nelson's fleet. By the end of the battle, Vice Admiral Nelson died. However, Britain destroyed all of the French-Spanish ships, ending any chance France had to invade Britain. Near Vienna, Russia retreated from Napoleon's army. Napoleon seized Vienna, leaving some of his army at the city. He led 60,000 men to fight the retreating Russian army led by Alexander I. Napoleon's army was outnumbered as the Russian army had gained reinforcements from Austria, so he stationed troops at the Pratzen Plateau. Napoleon tricked the coalition forces by leaving the plateau, making it seem like his army was weak. The Russians took the plateau and spotted a small part of Napoleon's army, but little did they know, the huge bulk of the army actually surrounded them. Once they knew, it was too late. Many Russians surrendered, and some tried to escape into the frozen lakes, but Napoleon's men fired on the lake, and many drowned. After this, Francis II had to sign yet another peace treaty that also caused Austria to lose a significant amount of territory. The Holy Roman Empire, which Francis II also ruled, which had existed for over 1,000 years, was also dissolved. It gradually was replaced by the Confederation of the Rhine, which would be another French client state. After this, Napoleon successfully invaded Naples, ending the Third Coalition, resulting in France winning again. The United Kingdom, Russia, and Sweden were still technically at war with France, but couldn't do much. Napoleon gave power to the rest of his family. Naples was given to his older brother Joseph, and Holland was given to his younger brother Louis. Prussian Emperor Frederick William III did not support Napoleon's management of German territories, and so Prussia declared war on France in October 1806, forming the Fourth Coalition. Prussian armies entered Saxony and sent Napoleon an ultimatum to leave the German states. Instead, Napoleon met them at the Battle of Jena-Aurich and easily defeated them. Napoleon's army easily took Berlin and destroyed the remaining Prussians, forcing Emperor Frederick William to flee east. Despite it being winter, the French armies and the Russian armies fought each other at Eylau, a battle that caused the deaths of thousands, ending inconclusively. A couple battles later, and Russia's forces retreated past the Niemen River. It was here that Napoleon and Alexander I of Russia would sign the Peace Treaty of Tilsit between them. A few days later, peace was signed with Prussia. From the treaty, Prussia lost a lot of territory to the Confederation of the Rhine and the new Duchy of Warsaw, both French client states. Prussia and Russia also became allies with the French, with Russia deciding to invade Finland, taking it from Sweden. The UK, still technically at war with France, was facing a difficult economic situation, and so Napoleon decided to put the final nail in the coffin by announcing the Continental System, a blockade stopping all trade between Britain and mainland Europe. Because of this, Britain increased their trade with other countries. Some countries didn't agree with this, however, including Portugal, a historic British ally. So French-Spanish forces invaded, which forced the royal family of Portugal to flee. After this, however, Napoleon sent troops to occupy Spain. Later, Ferdinand, the son of King Carlos IV, attempted to overthrow his father. Then they went to Bayonne to meet with Napoleon to resolve the situation. However, Napoleon betrayed them and forced them to abdicate. He then gave Spain to his older brother again, Joseph. Understandably, the people did not appreciate a foreign power occupying them. Ironic. The Spanish revolted and launched guerrilla warfare, pushing France out of most of the country. The British landed near Portugal and took it. After this, Napoleon decided to take matters into his own hands. He brought an army to Spain and beat the Spanish army in a few weeks. However, Austria decided to go to war with Napoleon again, and so he left Spain with hundreds of thousands of troops fighting in the Peninsula War for years. Austria declared war on France, starting a fifth coalition. Despite Britain and Sweden still technically being at war with France, they didn't help Austria. Napoleon's army quickly seized Vienna once again, however. To win, they had to defeat the Austrian army, who were at the north of the Danube River, the only thing separating Napoleon and the Austrian army. Because most bridges had been destroyed at this point, Napoleon's army had to build a bridge to cross the river. However, after meeting the Austrians, Napoleon suffered his first major defeat. And after this, he defeated the Austrians at Wagram, but it was deadly for both sides. Austria then sued for peace once more. As part of the treaty, Austria once again lost a tremendous amount of territory, and with Empress Josephine too old to give Napoleon any heirs, the latter divorced the former to marry Mary Louise, the daughter of Emperor Francis of Austria. About a year later, she gave birth to a son, Napoleon II, and he became King of Rome. Around this time, Russia's economy had suffered, and they started opening up trade with Great Britain, causing the relationship to France to worsen even more. By 1812, a British army led by General Wellington lands and takes control of Portugal. Napoleon, however, had to attend to the east. Since relations with Russia had crumbled, he had gathered over 600,000 troops and was planning his invasion of Russia. That's it for part 2 of the Napoleonic Wars. This video took a lot of editing and a lot of research to do, so if you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps out a ton. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.